Welcome to Westbridge Hills, episode 7 with me, MrSealyp. So, you know what it's like when you're out walking and you're checking on your fields and you accidentally pick up 99 gold nuggets. It happens to all of us, doesn't it? Let's be honest. And you're kind of walking along and accidentally stumble across the 100th one. It's a nightmare. What do you do? What can you do? Apart from just become a little bit wealthier. So, decision time. What do I do with the money? Well, that's the thing. I've got this field here. 17. I've got 16. I've got 10. I've bought cows and I've done a load of work over there. The problem is the turnover on these fields, these two, with soybean, when the price was okay, only made me about 140,000. The money I'm making is solely contracting, and I'm turning fields and turning fields. If I do these two fields over and over and over again, it's going to take me, I can't imagine how many episodes before I get to a point where I've got bigger machinery, more fields, that kind of thing. It would be hours and hours and hours of just turning fields. So I've got the money now. Not everyone's going to like it. The haters are going to hate, and the rest of the people will say don't care. Some will say good on you. It really doesn't matter. I've done it now, but it does mean it can make the map a little bit more interesting as I play. So let's go and see what we're going to do with it. So it just so happened, whilst out on my travels, I've come across field number 15. It's right next to the farm. It is 9.55 hectares, 773,000. It's a lot of money, but it's money I didn't have before, so I'm going to buy it. It's got soybean in. It's a nice size. It is going to need spraying and everything, I think, because field 15 is this one here. Not a bad size. It's going to certainly help out. Growth, it's on its final growth stage, it would be, wouldn't it? Soil composition is obviously appalling, and it hasn't even been fertilised. Wow. Okay, so what I should have done really was the contracting job that they were asking on it. That would have made it a little bit more profitable the first time around. So before I do anything then, I'm thinking I need to give this a bit of a going over with some spray. Wonderful. Oh, happy days. Right, let's get the lorry back. Been kind of whizzing around the map, looking at fields, doing contracts, as you do. Let's get a sprayer on that. Oh, that reminds me while I'm here. Changes to the yard. I've moved the barn shelter from over there to over here. It's easier. I've got more space to swing round, right around the back of it and come in. It's not in the way of the field. I found the workers weren't working on the field. Every time it got down to near where the shelter was, it was almost like it was registering a barrier and it was missing out a section of the field. So I've brought it over here and put it in the yard. It's all open space I had, so I can drive through, I can come round the tree, use it like a roundabout. Obviously you don't get many of those in America, but yeah, roundabouts, lots of fun in the UK. Anyway, yeah, so what was I doing? Sprayer. I wonder. So before I went on my wanders and found the gold nugget, the gold nugget, 99 plus 1. Well, I had already got some, so it wasn't 99, but you know, you stumble across them, don't you, on your travels. I bought real estate. I bought a big patch of ground, but I was up to about 621,000, thanks to the fact I have still been contracting. So I will very, very quickly show you that. Missions completed. I'm on 22. I think I was on 15 the last time we checked, so another 7 under my belt. They will need doing. This is going to be a very, very poor yield first time round. I mean, it's a biggish field, so it will be okay, but not as it should be, I don't think. Never mind. I don't know if I spray it now, whether I can spray it again in its final, like when it's ready to harvest. Whether I'll get away with that again, actually, but you never know, maybe. Well, by a touch. That should be okay. The height of the boom's about right. Yeah. After all this thirsty work in the fields and buying a new field and getting the sprayer on it, must be time for a bud, surely. Not a Bud Light. I'm a real ale drinker, I don't do Bud Light. I mean big bud. It had to be done, didn't it? It's here. It's on Westbridge Hills. We have big bud. I've gone with the single wheel, not the twin, only because of the space on the roads and that kind of stuff. I can convert it, I've got my store, so I can get the twin wheel if I need it. But the brute is here. Wow. I love that. The details in there. Just absolutely incredible. Brilliant. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, so it's here. So we can look at bigger cultivators, and maybe even the big plough, because I'm going to have to plough field 15 that I've just bought. It's going to need it after the first harvest. Actually, shall I turn that off? Because, actually, what I should do is park it for the time being. Oh, that sounds epic, doesn't it? Plenty of room in here. So we will be using that very, very shortly. So there we go, 2 purchases, a field and the big bud, and we're down below what we had when we started anyway. So if you thought I was going to go on some, you know, spending spree and buying 5, 6, 7 pieces of new equipment and spoiling everything, 1 field, 1 tractor, albeit the biggest tractor there is. Last episode I bought the smallest, I think, with that little Lindner, the Lintrack, and now the big bud. Nice. Field 15 is ready to harvest, and I'm going over it with the sprayer. I know you wouldn't probably do this in real life, but it's got to be worth a try, considering it had nothing done to it. So, yep, it's doing the next fertilising state, so at least I have 2 fertilising states on it, and then it needs harvesting. So, get the harvester up, get this cleared, get it turned over, I'm ready for the next step. I'll go and get the harvester. while on a quest for fields. Field number, what am I on? 4? No, 6. Field number 6 has got sugar beet in. And I always do like to do a little bit of sugar beet here and there. Maybe a bit of potatoes at some point as well. I've been doing work on this one actually, and it's going for 67,000. I know it's not quite a hectare. I'm going to buy it. This is now ours as well. This will need spraying again in a little while. Or weeding. So if you can get away with a weeder, maybe. So we can do some sugar beet at some point soon. It's not a bad sized field actually for doing sugar beet. It's bigger than field 30 I had on law folds, but not so big that it's going to take forever to harvest. So yeah, good. Another field added to the collection. Let's get back over to field 15. The harvest is going, and so is the the sprayer. Get that cleared, and now get it turned over, ploughed, sorted, and now get maximum yield on the next harvest. This is the last unload from field 15. I have to say I am more than happy. Bearing in mind this hadn't had anything done to it, I know I took a chance and sprayed after it had done its final growth stage. It was ready to harvest, so it was only at 60%. It had 2 sprays on it, so it hadn't been ploughed and it hadn't had a third fertiliser stage, so that would have added another 40%. So it was only at 60%. So at 60%, that's just yielded 68,000, nearly 69,000 litres of soybean. So completely done, ploughed and 3 fertiliser states. The yield's going to be pretty good on that. I'm more than happy. Now the other thing is, am I going to chuck soybean back in it? No, I've had another idea with it. What I'm going to do, just to mix things up a bit, because I've done quite a bit of soybean already. Yes, soybean's going to make me a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be brilliant. But I'm going to stick corn in this, or maize, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to do a massive silage harvest, because right at the bottom of the hill, the other end of field 15, is the biogas plant. Now, I'm not going to make a lot of money selling silage on this map, because it's not going for very much. However, the one thing I always tend to forget with doing silaging and selling silage is the byproduct, and that's the slurry, the digestate. Because that can be used on fields, and when you sell enough of it, you have got a ton of it. I mean, an absolute ton of it, and it's perfect then for getting slurry spreaders and all the rest of it. So I'm going to do it for the slurry, not necessarily for the money I'm going to make on the silage. That way it will sort of save me money in the long run on fertilisers and things like that. Plus the cows are going to be making manure, so there'll be manure at some point as well, which I can use in manure spreaders. So that's what I'm going to do on that field. Anyway, the meal is doing a good price at the moment. It's on 1,700 and something for soybeans. So I'm going to sell this entire load, get a bit of money back, harvesting, go away, finish off spraying with the Holmer, and spreading, putting solid fertiliser down, and then that field needs ploughing. So it'll be time to unleash the beast. Let's see how we go. Hopefully not too bad. 122,000. That's okay for a lorry load, isn't it? Right, we'll get this back over and parts up. And let's carry on sorting out field 15. So, to assist me on this Herculean endeavour, well, it's not that big a field, but I'm going to need a plough. And what better plough to use than the Big Bud Pack plough? Now, question is, do I buy or lease? I do have the Culti plough. And you only need to plough once every 3... I'm a lease to start off with. Am I? Yes, I am. I might need the money for something else. Universal shares or finger body shares? Oh, finger body, why not? Who cares? Let's be rebellious. I'm not sure that is being rebellious, but you know. What's up? What a ludicrous piece of machinery this is, but it's fun to have, isn't it? Not saying not too expensive. It was that kind of easy come, easy go. It was easy money, who cares? I know some people will care, some people will hate it. But never mind. Let's open it up. And line it up. I'm thinking about... could be wrong. A little bit, tiny bit at the start. Ha ha ha! We are big budding. I mean, don't get me wrong, we are chucking out black smoke. But the engine's going, great guns. Transmission. Lovely. It's peculiar, isn't it? I thought I would go with a single at the standard. And I quite like it like this. I've never been a particularly big fan of the twin wheel kind of look, but this does look good with the twin wheels. I know it's designed to spread the weight, lessen compaction, all that kind of stuff. I get it. But yeah, nice. Yes, as I was saying, just there, biogas plant. This field here, if I corn it, maize, whatever you want to call it, and do a silage harvest, chop it all down and take it straight there, fill up one of the bunkers, and then once it's ready, fermented, sell it. Like I say, I'm not going to make a lot of money selling it, but I will be making slurry, which will go in the tank just over there, which will come in very, very handy. And I've done silage harvests before. I did it on Lawfolds. I think I've done it on most of the maps I've done. This is quite a big field. I'm assuming I'm going to get a fair bit off this. Now, this is my one bugbear. Not sure how this is going to be for turning around further along, but we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. That leaves the bits at the end, but all I'll do at the end is just whiz along, do a headland, tidy that up. It's excessive but fun. And that's what this map was all about. It was going to be about big machinery. Big Bud had just come out, so why not? Seems pointless having it in the arsenal and not using it. Okay, so while that continues, hopefully to make relatively light work of this field, I will take the Holmer back and put it away. Once this is ploughed, hopefully, I'm trying to think, I should be able to spray it. If I spray it just before seeding, then get seed in the ground, and this will be ready to leave then on the first growth stage. Then I can weed it or spray it or do something else with it, we'll see. The field is ploughed, everything's off of it, the big bud's back here, but what suddenly dawned on me as well, because of the seeder I've got, I need to cultivate. I have got the Bednar cultivator, but in the interest of making it interesting, lots of interesting things going on there, I'm going to lease the Flexi-Coil. I say I'm going to lease it. How much is it to lease? 14,000. Yeah, I'm going to do a contract and that will pay for that. So let's give this one a whirl. It's a big old unit, this one, but it will make light work of it. Pop the plough there for the time being. So it dawned on me, if I'm going to do the ploughing, and I've got the big bud now, the Plough, I think if I sell it I get 60,000. I think to buy one of those is 130, so it's halfway to buying one. So I might sell the Plough. Don't know for definite, but I might do. That is ridiculously big. Okay. Hope you've got enough room. I've bought up the sprayer, so once it's cultivated I can spray and I'm ready for seeding. But let's see this. This is one of the ones when I did the Big Bud DLC videos, this thing just unrolls. It just seems to go on forever. Try and level it up as best I can. And away we go. This will not take long at all, and I'll get it sprayed and ready for seeding. So, field 15 has had a pretty good going over in this episode. We've now got a big bud. We've been using some of the big bud equipment. I'm going to put corn in this. Whether I'll do that in the next episode or I'll do it off screen, I'm not too sure at the moment. I'm going to carry on contracting the same as I always do. But I think that's about it for this episode. Things are moving forward. I do need to make more money constantly. I'm going to get more machinery and bigger machinery and more of it, but that is definitely it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.